If you are a non-EU professional and you want to live and work in Germany, then the EU Blue Card might be the most important residence permit you will ever apply for. Hi, my name is Phoebe, and in this video I'm going to break down the EU Blue Card for you. We are going to talk about the requirements, the benefits, the disadvantages, how to apply, and even what is it. I need you to stick with me to the end of this video because you need to avoid certain mistakes. I'm going to teach you how to apply step by step because one mistake can delay your application by months. First of all, what is the EU Blue Card? EU Blue Card is a residence permit for highly qualified professionals who are not EU nationals. Now, you have to know that the EU Blue Card has been issued by the EU and Germany is just implementing its version of it. It allows you to work and live in Germany long term. You have to know that this EU Blue Card is job linked. It is not for freelancers or self-employed people. It is also not for students. What do I mean by that? If you are somebody who is still studying or you want to come to Germany to study, then the EU Blue Card is not the right type of visa to apply for. It is after you have finished your studies and you have become the qualified professional that you can apply for the EU Blue Card. It is also not a job seeker's visa. What is a job seeker visa? It is the one that you apply to come to Germany to look for a job. So the EU Blue Card is different. As I said earlier, it is tied to the job that you already have. It is issued by the EU, but you have to apply for it through German authorities. And why do they do this? It is designed to attract skilled workers to the EU. Now that we know what the EU Blue Card is and what it is aimed at or who it is aimed at, now let's talk about the requirements. So who qualifies? Basically, as I said earlier, it is the qualified non-EU professional, okay? So what does that mean? You are someone who does not hold a passport of any of the EU countries. You need to have a university degree. So somebody asked me about nursing. In Germany, nursing is also something that can be acquired through a university degree, but you have to check if your degree opens the door to the EU Blue Card. And how do you do that? You have to make sure that the degree that you have, if it is a foreign degree, can be matched to a German degree, right? So you have to make sure that it is a recognized foreign degree. How do you do that? You can check on ANABIN or ZAB and check if your degree is recognized in Germany, or simply you are someone who studied in Germany and you already have a German degree. That is the easiest way, obviously. Now, the next point or the next requirement is this. You need to have a job offer. As I said earlier, it is linked to a job or an employment contract. So you have the job offer that you're going to start soon, or you already have the employment contract, meaning that the job is sealed. And when it comes to the job offer or the employment contract, this degree we talked about earlier, the foreign degree that is recognized in Germany or the German degree must be tied to the job, meaning that the job, your degree is what qualifies you for the job. So you cannot study accounting and get a job in IT and expect it to work. Okay, maybe IT is a wrong example. You cannot study accounting and get a job in HR, human resource management, and expect it to work. Your degree must be something that qualified you for the current job position that you got. Also, you have to note that it has to be a German employer. So the employer has to be German and the job obviously has to be in Germany. There's another limitation when it comes to the job that you will get. Every year you're supposed to have a certain amount of money. Every year you're supposed to get a certain amount of salary. So the annual salary threshold for someone who wants to apply for the EU Blue Card as of 2026 is about 50,000 euros. The right amount is right here. I'm saying as of 2026 because this amount is adjusted annually. Now, it is for the regular, highly qualified professional. That is what you need to have. But if you are someone who is in a field of high demand, being the STEM, engineering, sciences, mathematicians, and also IT, this is reduced, this annual threshold is reduced, and this is the amount that you're supposed to have. When it comes to IT professionals, this degree requirement might be waived if you have strong documentation that you have been in the field for years. Yes, so every role that you have worked in, you have to document it. Also, you need to make sure that you meet this high salary threshold. Now that we have talked about the requirements, you're asking yourself, what is in it for me? Why do I have to look into the EU Blue Card? First of all, let's look at you personally working. After the initial stage has passed of you getting the EU Blue Card, then you get to have this flexibility. So you are not tied to the job anymore. So that is the benefit. You don't have to be tied to a specific job or a specific job title all throughout your stay in Germany. The initial stage, yes, but later it is a bit more relaxed, okay? Another thing is that you have an easier path to getting the permanent residence in Germany, which is the Niederlassungserlaubnis. Usually, you can get it after 27 months if you're someone who has the EU Blue Card, but if you're someone who has the EU Blue Card and the B1 German certificates, it's only 21 months. Another thing is for people who have family outside Germany and they want to bring their families to Germany, meaning, your nuclear family, your wife and your children. When it comes to bringing your wife or your husband and your children, or let's say your spouse, then your spouse does not need to prove German proficiency because you have the EU Blue Card. Yes. And also there is no limitation to the working permits that your spouse will have. As I talked about, the EU Blue Card being bound to your job and later it becomes more flexible, you also need to understand that once you have the EU Blue Card, you also have this flexibility later on to move within Europe and work within Europe as you wish, because it is what's the EU Blue Card and not the German Blue Card. There's mobility and also the relaxation or the flexibility after a while. And one thing that I personally love about the EU Blue Card is this. Once you are staying in your job, you have the security and you can plan long term. So usually if you are someone who is working in a field that there is shortage of staff, you know that as long as you're doing your job properly and well, and all things being equal, you can stay in that field or that job for a long time. Your contract can even become an unlimited contract after a while. So you can plan long term and know whether you want to stay in Germany for long, yes or no. And of course, if you want to naturalize to German citizenship, the time on your EU Blue Card counts towards that. Now, we need to be honest that there are disadvantages. In the initial stage, you are bound to your job. So if you're not loving your job, if your job is not loving you, your colleagues are not loving you, you're having issues with your boss, you have extra stress. That is something that we have to be honest and put out there. It is linked to your job, it is bound to your job in the initial first month or year, and so you need to make sure that you get a job that actually is worth it. Another thing is that it is salary based. So if you have 50,200 in a year, and for example, in that year that you want to apply for the EU Blue Card, the annual salary threshold is 50,300, for example, you would be disqualified for the EU Blue Card. So this tight regulation on the salary threshold can be a disadvantage to some people. As I said, if it's bound to your job and you want to switch jobs, meaning that the flexibility is limited and you might have to go back to Ausländerbehörde and have them approve the new job before you can actually start, or you endanger getting yourself into some kind of bureaucratic mess. So it is not as flexible in the beginning or the beginning stages. There's a lot of rigidness or rigidity going on. So make sure that before you accept that job, you check the boxes. And one thing that I personally do not like is the fact that it is job bound. So if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a freelancer, especially people in IT, some of them are freelancers, but then also some doctors might want to actually start their own, offices, their own practice, but because they do not have the requirements for the EU Blue Card, they have to be employed doctors first. So these are some of the disadvantages that I see with the EU Blue Card. Now, I told you that I'm going to point out the mistakes that you should avoid. Number one very common mistake is that you would accept the job without checking whether the salary matches the salary threshold for the EU Blue Card. Number 2, you did not check the degree recognition before applying. So you need to make sure that the degree that you have is one that is recognized for the EU Blue Card. You need to make sure that your job matches your degree, and you need to do that before you accept the job and also before you apply for the EU Blue Card. Please do not apply for the wrong permit. This is why in the beginning I talked about it being different from the job seeker's visa. It's also totally different from the opportunity card. Those are two different things. It is different from the student's visa. It's also another different thing. It's also different from the worker's visa. So please make sure that you are applying for the right visa type. Sometimes you would have to get your certificates translated. You have to get them certified or have a certified copy. You have to make sure that your documents are complete. Do not go to the Ausländerbehörde appointment without your documents being complete. If you want me to send you the list, then please just like this video, comment list, or the easiest way is to follow us on Instagram at the Phoebe Way. Comment list on the post for the EU Blue Card, and then I am going to send you the full list in the messages. Approval is not automatic. Yes, it takes time, and also if the caseworker sees that the contract is not something that is a strong contract, there are some limitations there that can actually endanger your EU Blue Card later, they might have to disapprove your application, or they might have to reject your application. So rejection is normal. You have to, you have to expect that there is also a chance of rejection. Approval is not automatic. So now, how to apply for the EU Blue Card visa step by step. Number 1, check your degree qualification. Check which jobs that would match your degree, and make sure that when it comes to the office checking whether your degree matches the job, it will be seamless. So you have to know what kind of jobs you can apply for. The second step is obviously securing the qualifying job offer or the work contract. Step 3 is that you have to prepare the documents. Passport, obviously, you need the employment contract, you need your degree, so your certificate, your transcript, you need your CV, you need your health insurance, proof of address if you are someone applying in Germany. So that is for the scenario that you studied in Germany, you are here as a student, and you want to move on to the EU Blue Card. If you're applying from abroad, you do it at the German embassy. If you are in Germany, you go to the Ausländerbehörde. The last step, you go for the appointment and then await the decision, which I hope is positive. If you're planning to work in Germany, then the EU Blue Card is one of the best decisions that you can make, because it has one of the strongest residence permits, but only of course if you apply correctly. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this video helped you. If you have any questions, please do well to leave them in the comment section. I read every comment, and I also make sure that I consider your comments when I'm making the next video. So if you have questions, please leave them in the comment section, and I will definitely answer them or incorporate your questions in the next video. And make sure that you are subscribed, you like this video, please hype this video as well. And this is the Phoebe Way, the channel that is dedicated to making life in Germany easier for expats and everyone who is here as a foreigner. Just understand the German system. We break down the German rules, we break down the German laws, and if you are here for the first time, the Phoebe Way audience are the Shati lines. So thank you, Shati line, for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!